We see 1,500 clients a month. I'm known as the Brow King. I'm the first male esthetician to be licensed in the state of Pennsylvania. You know, there are other estheticians and brow artists that arch eyebrows. I create eyebrow masterpieces with my clients having an impact of a rejuvenating facelift.
What's some tips or some advice you would say to them right now? Like, yo, what you're doing right now, you can elevate it. 'Cause some women that are doing eyebrows or lashes and just beauty in general, they're not, I feel like they're not maximizing on how much income they could be bringing. So what's some advice you give?
Word of mouth is the best type of, you know, well, here's the thing. I call it like fishing. That's fishing with a fishing rod. I fish with a fishing net. I throw my business and myself in the marketplace, because what happens is once I throw out my solution in the marketplace with a net, I'm going to get way more fish than going from one person to the next person.
What marketing tactics that could be good for just any business, any industry? What marketing tactics that you utilize that you think like really helped out a lot?
I don't know if it works anymore, but what I used to do is I changed the name of my phone.
Work on having good credit, and when you have good credit, utilize that. But sometimes people, when they don't have good credit, they feel like life just got to pause until one day it just gets better. I have made a lot of money, bought a lot of houses, done a lot of stuff with bad credit. And I've made a lot of money and done a lot of, bought a lot of houses with good credit. Either way, the stuff got done. Same way, like it still happened. I think people just had to learn how to get creative when they're not in the best situation. Like people that's on here thinking about getting into the beauty industry, or, you know, specifically lashes, eyebrows, and things like that. Because I don't even know. What is the price? What does the price point look like on that? Like,
I'm not interested in how much she charges or he charges across the street. It's how much does it cost you to do the service? That includes your lights, how many days a week.
Think about that.
They don't think about that. If you are not retaining clients, if they're coming for their birthday, and they're not coming back for every 4 to 6 weeks, or they're not getting on your calendar, I think that you need to have a class. I think that you need to sharpen your skills.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Funded and Closed podcast. This podcast I put together specifically to have conversation with individuals that are doing amazing things. And the reason why I really started this, because I listen to a lot of podcasts myself, and individuals talk about how they doing these big buildings, big brands, big businesses, but they already started out big already. So I wanted to have a conversation with people that really built things from the ground up. So you not only get inspired, but you also listen to the gems and the secrets and the hacks and the plays that they did, so you can go ahead and do the exact same thing. Like, I believe there's nothing wrong with like copying, as long as you're copying the right person, as long as you following the steps from somebody that's actually doing it. So I'm excited today, you know, having a conversation with someone that, like, it's funny because we just was having a whole conversation right before we started this episode. It already had my mind thinking different, just what certain words that you say and how you think yourself. This guy about to have me buy a daggone car. I'm not even trying to buy a car.
Yes, you are.
Quick story. I'm like, yo, listen, I want to buy this certain car. And he was like, man, you should do it. I said, I ain't ready for that yet. He said, you got just do it. I'm like, let's hurry up this episode before you have me buy something I ain't really trying to buy. So without further ado, I want to introduce someone amazing, doing amazing things. My guy, Nicck Townsend. What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
How you feeling, man?
You, bro.
Likewise. Yo, it's so funny, right? It's funny because a lot of people don't realize how down to earth we are outside of Instagram. They see Instagram where we working and, you know, showing work, but they don't realize. I remember we was at the cookout. We was at the cookout there for Lex's graduation party.
Yep.
And then we in there, we was in the backyard, everybody having drinks. And he was like, oh, you drink? I was like, yeah. He was like, shoot, let's go have a shot. Go ahead. And it's just good energy, but a lot of people don't realize, like, we all have good time, we all have fun, we all, you know, also, you know, like just talking about cars, we all spend our money on things that we like. We get business done, but also we have a good time. So I think, and also, like you just said, humanizes us.
It humanizes us, absolutely. When you are able to just be yourself and not the I think people on, especially on Instagram or just social media, period, when you're doing well, they put you on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And the pedestal seems unrealistic, or it's almost like a hero.
Yeah.
But they don't want to hear that you're human.
Yeah.
But when you humanize yourself and you say, well, I did this, I did that, and like, oh, you just like me. Oh, and then they can hear you more. And even for business, when you allow yourself to be, when you allow yourself to be human or humanize yourself, you get more customers and clients, because there's relatability.
Yeah,
you relate with them.
Yeah. Before we get deep into like the whole episode and what you do and everything, I wanted your opinion on something. So just touch on what we already talking about. So I don't say I have a problem. I'm getting better. And a lot of people had told me about, like, all my friends, they call me, like my one friend, he been saying this since I met him. He said, you're a humble beast. Know what you mean? He said, you do a lot of stuff. You make a lot of things happen. You change a lot of lives, but yet you don't really, like, you just real humble with the stuff. And the reason behind that is because, well, one, do things like subconsciously, but also I feel like I haven't done, it's so much more I want to go ahead and do. So, and then also too, I realize like things can be taken from you so easily. And also I'm around a lot of individuals like you and, a bunch of other people we know that are doing like some really amazing things. And I think sometimes I caught myself, I really started changing slowly over the last couple months, because I caught myself really like humanizing myself too much. Okay. Like let's say for example, like you just talked about this building our own and everything, and we renting out and do all this different stuff. And to me it's just like, yo, that's cool, but like I know somebody that made $10 million yesterday. So sometimes I caught myself sometimes like, yo, what I'm doing is cool, but I'm around, I don't know, Mark Cuban. Like that's really some crazy stuff. But also what I'm doing is dope in its own light. So what's your opinion on that? Have you ever felt like that before?
I think you're disrespecting yourself. I think you're disrespecting your hard work. I think I don't like the word being humble, because when you look at the Webster dictionary, it means to lower one's self. That means to lower one's importance. I like to use the word meek. Meek. I am meek. I am what is that word that everybody was talking about? Demure. Yeah, we're right. It's I don't think that I'm better than anyone, but I'm down to earth. I'm relatable. So I think it's okay to be meek, but being humble and lowering, that's just like basically is what you said you were doing. If I see Mark Cuban, I'm going to humble myself a little bit, because I'm not doing what he does. Yeah. But what you're doing is great. So you have to honor and celebrate exactly where you are and celebrate who you are. Because if you don't do it, who's going to do it? Are you going to wait? A lot of people wait for someone to do it and then they agree. No, you have to say, I'm amazing. I'm great. I'm one of the best that ever does it.
Yeah.
And be very clear and very sure. I think that it's not, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People are attracted to people that are clear and who are sure. There's a difference from being arrogant and being clear and sure.
Right.
I want you to be clear. I want you to be sure. Like, I don't need, prime example. I was raised to be very polite. So for instance, if you say, Nick, you're the best at doing brows, I'm going to say thank you, right? But because I've had an encounter with me in the recessive part of my mind, I'm saying, I know, but it's so nice that you agree. Does that make sense?
I like that.
So, but I won't say that out loud, but in my mind, I'm saying, I know. And it's so nice that you agree, because I have made a decision. I've had an encounter with my work. I've had an encounter with me, and I've made a decision about me. So if you have your opinion of me or your experience of me, it does not alter or change how I feel about me. Does it make sense?
No, it makes sense. And I caught myself times where people say like, yo, you're the best, you're doing, like, no, we still making things happen. And I caught myself doing that. But you know what really had me stop, because too many people were saying it, but I noticed, yo, I know you're enjoying this episode. I know you're getting a lot of game and a lot of value, a lot of information, but is it okay for me to give you even more value? Is it okay for me to give you more information? So if you just said yes, what I want to do is I want to give you access to a free training that I'm having 100% free. You can log in. If you don't like, you can log off. It's 100% free. In this training, I'm going to show you guys the 4 steps that I utilize to be able to buy properties, rent properties, make money on property. Like this building we're in right now is 100% mine. And we do that. And I have done that doing those 4 simple steps. So what I want you guys to do is go to fundedandclosed.com, just like the podcast, but fundedandclosed.com. You're going to be able to register for the free training. Like I said, 100% free. And it's going to give you those 4 steps that I utilize to build my real estate empire. And you can do this exactly where you at right now. So look, we're going to get back to the episode. But before we go ahead and finish, press pause, go to that website, go ahead and RSVP for the training. And I'm going to see you soon. Let's get to it. Certain things. This is not to downplay anybody else. I want to make this clear.
Don't make contingencies because you just made one, but go ahead.
Yo, so I like this guy. So I seen people get, let's say, recognition or booked for certain things. Mm-hmm. Let's say, for example, this guy or this lady gets booked to talk about real estate. It owns 3 houses. Not the disregard what they do, mm-hmm. but then it's like, wait a minute. I got a shitload, mm-hmm. but also the same. When I look back at everything, I'm like, they bragging about their 3 houses. Me, mm-hmm. I'm just like, nobody knows this stuff. So and I'm like, you know what? I'm not only stopping myself internally, I'm stopping myself externally as well from Absolutely. Receiving certain blessings. Mm-hmm. And I noticed this over 2024. I'm just like, yo, and it's funny because it will be people that you know and know of you and know what you do, and they still won't invite you to certain things, or they'll invite you to certain things, but not invite you to certain things on that aspect. Let's say, for example, you have an event, right? Mm-hmm. And you like, hey, yo, boom, you should come, and you should just come. But then they'll invite, this person, yo, you should come and you should headline. And I'm like, I'm gonna come regardless. I'm gonna support you regardless because I'm not in it for that. But then you start looking like, wait a minute, like everything they do, I can teach that with my eyes closed, or I can talk about their eyes closed. I can show it with my eyes. You get mm-hmm, what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm not mad at them because they did what they need to do, what they thought was best. But also I'm mad at myself. It's like the reason why that's happening is because of me.
Certainly. Like for instance, I don't know if you remember our conversation. I was like, yo, I didn't know you had that much personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember?
Exactly.
So I think that we are taught by other people mm-hmm. who can't who think that we do too much, or who think that we do too much, that you got to be humble, mm-hmm. you got to be real humble, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't don't talk. It's not about bragging. I'm just telling you facts. I'm telling you facts, and it's nothing wrong with you going around and saying how many homes I have, how many properties I have. Mm-hmm. It's nothing wrong with any of that. I think it's really, really important. Here's the thing. If somebody got 3 homes versus you having 50 homes, well, the reason why they were booked is because they didn't mind talking about the 3 homes that they had and how they packaged it. No one is going to talk about anybody that isn't doing anything that's impactful. So to the average audience, if you will, this person that has 3 homes, they must be doing it versus, you understand what I'm saying? So you have to be okay with telling people what it is that you do. You have to be okay with that. How are you going to get more people? How are you going to grow? Mm-hmm.
One of the things I did over the last 2 years, that literally probably a year and a half now, I think a year and a half, it was coming up on 2 years, I think January. Honestly, the best thing I've ever done, have a son, this and probably start real estate. Top 3 things I've ever done. Get a therapist. I'm talking about that. He was the person that started me having more confidence in my. So I feel like it's a difference. It's more than one layer, more than one layer of confidence. So I feel like you have confidence, like, yo, I know what I'm talking about, bro. Like you can ask me about real estate. I don't think, bro, I'm telling you, that's how it works. Like mm-hmm. I've done it 20 times. Mm-hmm. And then there's a layer of confidence of like walking in a room, like, you know who you are. Mm-hmm. Boom. But then it's a layer of confidence of I'm confidently able to say, no, I'm not doing that. Like, for example, I had a layer of confidence of I know what I'm talking about. That's one. I had to layer confidence. Like I could walk in a room, like I said, whether you book me or not, I know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could walk in the room with a trash bag on. I'm not feeling no type of way. I could walk, like I just having this conversation. Like typically during a week, I might have the same sweatsuit on like 3 days around. I'm just moving around. We moving around and stuff. And I don't care. I go to a wedding like that. I don't care because I know who I am. I know what I have. I know what I own. I know what I do. But then I think third level of confidence of having confidence to say no, that's what I didn't have. And the therapist helped me get that layer of confidence of like, no, like I'm not doing that. Like, no, I'm cool. A complete sentence, no. Like there's a period at the end, like, no, I'm cool. Like, no, actually you can go ahead. I'm cool with that. No, you can, no, yeah, no. So I think that's one of the biggest things because I feel like individuals, especially, you know, people like us that have accessibility time-wise, accessibility money-wise, is can come off easily. And we just talked about every time you say yes, you're saying no to something else.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yes. Do you do therapy? Do you?
I do. Well, yeah, real bad. Just as of recently, in the past year,
mm-hmm.
I have been sitting with my therapist 2 times a week.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Simply because I don't know if you've ever experienced where, so people know me as Nicck Townsend, but there is Nicck Townsend and there's Nicholas. So the issues that I have are from the people that know Nicholas.
I see where you're going.
And so I'm estranged from the people that know Nicholas in the past year, for the past year. So it's caused me to have to see a therapist and see what I need to become aware of in me. Because, you know, one thing my mother said to me a long time ago, she said, Nicholas, when you change, everything around you changes. And so I had to realize that I had to change. And if that means that everything around me changes, including those people that know me by Nicholas, that's fine. Because I have to serve me first. I had to serve me first, and I had to learn it, because being in the beauty industry and being in the service industry, I'm serving everybody, but I can't serve people
if you're not serving.
If I don't serve me. So I get up at 4:00 every morning, 4 a.m., and I deal with Nicholas. Because at 7 o'clock, I got to be Nicholas to somebody. Yeah. And then when I get to the salon, I got to be Nicck Townsend to everybody else. So I got to serve Nicholas. And that's whether, of course, I'm praying. Then I go for my run. I listen to my audio tapes and I read. I got to serve me first. And I had to learn that. Once I did, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool now. But that's what I had to learn in therapy.
My uncle, my grandma's brother, so great uncle, he said something to me years ago, and I didn't understand it all until over the last 2-3 years. He passed away, and he said he get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, do what? He said, sit. I'm like, sit, you know, he said, I sit in silence and then I go work out. I'm like, the working out part, I get that. But why do you sit for an hour? He said, I said, what do you do? He said, I get some tea and I just sit in the dark. I'm like, I don't get why you sit. Hindsight 2020 is a genius. I get up, I don't get up before, I get up at 5. But from 5 to 6, maybe not 5 to 6, but 5 to 5:30, I'm sitting. I'm just when I tell you, you need that. Like everybody is in entrepreneurship already or about to be in entrepreneurship, or you work 2 jobs. You need that time to sit, especially when you're in an industry or a business where you talking to people all day. Man, you need quiet. Like my day doesn't go right if I don't get my quiet time early in the morning.
Yo, so mine is at 4. So what I do is in my bedroom, there's a tall floor to ceiling mirror. And this is going to be a little too graphic, but I'm completely naked. My favorite, my favorite love song is Here and Now by Luther Vandross. I sit I sit and look at myself in the mirror, and that love song is to the spirit man of me. I sing that to myself. Because the lyrics say, you know, here, I promise to love faithfully, because you got to love you first. And so that is my me time. And I listen to it about 3 or 4 times. And then there's another song from The Wiz, Believe in Yourself. I do this in the mirror. I've been doing this since actually 2005. And it works for me because I got to be, listen, I'm in the service industry. I got to be so much to so many people. Women, I got to talk to you about your man. I got to talk about your man's girlfriend. I got to talk to you about your man's wife. I got a whole, oh yeah,
damn,
it's one of those. Yeah. And then sometimes he bringing the other girl to the salon. That's a whole nother conversation. But
yeah, don't rat on nobody in here.
No, oh no.
No, we don't condone no.
I'm a dude for real, so I don't say nothing. It's a code.
Oh, Jan,
ladies ain't gonna like that. But no, it's I deal with me first. I have to, because if I don't, I'll keep falling into a title versus not being able to serve properly.
No, I respect it. I'm glad we started out that way, because I think it's important. And I feel like people talk about business and making money so much that they overlooking the things that really help us make the money by making sure we cool up here. Like even, and I was having this conversation with somebody. I'm like, it was like, yeah, none of that stuff matters. I'm like, you ever have an argument with your girl, you ever argument with your man, and just at the job, you can't get through the job right? I'm like, yeah, think about that in business. The same thing. Home not right, it messes up everything. So think about on a deeper level, when home ain't right, it messes up everything. When my home is right, I'm not even talking about just home like the physical aspect. I'm talking about home right here. When it's not, it's like you get stressed a little more. You want to end the day a little faster, all types of stuff. So, but the transition. So, can you just share to the people, like, what do you do and what you do well?
Okay. I am Nicck Townsend. For the past 20 years, I've been dedicated to shaping and rehabilitating eyebrows. I am an esthetician. Our clients fly in to come and get their brows done. We see 1,500 clients a month. I'm known as the Brow King. I'm the first male esthetician to be licensed in the state of Pennsylvania. I am the first male esthetician to win Best of Philly for makeup and for brows. So I travel all over the country teaching at trade shows. They fly me in to teach at these trade shows. Premier Orlando is the biggest trade show in the U.S., and they fly me in for the past 5 to 6 years. And I've taught about maybe close to 40,000 people.
God.
Estheticians, cosmetologists, and all of that. So I'll say this, being in the beauty world, I'm a true minority because it's ran by white women. I'm a Black man. There aren't that many male estheticians. And so I represent us in a way that is transformative, because you don't see Black men on a stage teaching at the level that I teach. All you see are white women. So to be an industry leader in that space is huge. I'm much bigger, because most people think that, he's popular in Philly. No. It's much bigger than that. It's much bigger than that.
That's what's up. I like
much
that.
Bigger.
And I like how you just said, it goes back to what we started out. Like, no, like I appreciate, but I am the shit.
Yeah. Oh, real bad. Real bad. No. And I won't let anyone take that from me, because I remember when I wasn't clear and sure about who I was. I remember when I was doing eyebrows in the King of Prussia bathroom.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Doing brows in the King of Prussia bathroom, in the family bathroom on the first floor, not that far from Nordstrom. There was a line. I remember that too. In 2015, we're almost going on 10 years we've been open, and I've had clients that fly. I have this one girl used to fly in from Japan quarterly. We have clients that fly in from Texas. People drive just to sit in my chair for 30 minutes.
It's funny. I was having a conversation with somebody about you, and it was like, he not the cheapest, but I'm gonna pay that tab.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that goes to bringing a quality in a service where, like, people start, price don't even matter. Like,
because no one does what I do. I have created, there are other estheticians and brow artists that arch eyebrows. I create eyebrow masterpieces with my clients having an impact of a rejuvenating facelift. No one uses
First off, saying it like that already sounds like you're doing something crazy. Saying it just like that, it already kind of enhanced.
Yeah, we elevate the craft. We elevate the game. That's why they come and they want to learn from me. That's why the women come. Our clients have the best eyebrows in the world. I'm very clear about that. Anytime that you probably don't know this, there's a woman by the name of Anastasia. Anastasia is known as the brow queen. Anytime that her VP flies in from Canada to my salon to get her brows done, I must be the shit.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
And that's real talk. And that's not me bragging. That's just me being very
being clear.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm using that.
Yeah, you got to be clear.
I'm using that. If I didn't get anything else from today, I'm using that. Be clear. So let me ask you, what made you want to get into this industry 20 years ago? And when did you transition from just, like you said, just arching eyebrows to like, yo, we doing a full-blown rehabilitation?
Let's see. I initially, because being an esthetician, you deal with skincare and facials and waxing and all that stuff. I only wanted to do skincare first. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from Baltimore. That's the first thing.
You said that.
I'm originally from Baltimore. I moved to Philly to go to school to become an esthetician because in Baltimore, there was this well-known school, Von Lee, that would not let me go to their school. There were no male estheticians.
That's crazy.
There were none. And so when I came here, I was working at Hair For You, shout out to Hair For You on South Street. And I asked my boss, Zena, I had just learned how to wax. I said, can I do eyebrows? And she said, sure. Now, granted, I fucked everybody up. But
Part of the game, though.
But I stayed with it. I liked it. And this was way before it was popular. And so once I graduated, I started working at spas, but I stayed focused on that. Mm-hmm. And if I can be honest, I wanted to be who I am now to the people that look just like me, but they didn't want me. So I've been in the industry for 20 years. 13 years of my career, I only had white Jewish clients. Because I started the height of my career really started on the main line.
In Philly.
In Gladwin.
Yeah.
And so I kind of jumping all over the place. But in Gladwin is when I discovered from these Jewish women that I was a talent, that I was a necessity and not a luxury.
Isn't that crazy how outside of...
Absolutely.
That's how it always is.
Yeah.
Sonia, I wanted to say this, I want to get back. You know Sonia, student loan doctor?
Yes.
She told me, she said, you're never going to be fully appreciated until you leave and come back.
Absolutely.
She said she left and went to Miami, and then now she was like, I get treated like I'm a superstar as soon as I leave.
You know how me and Sonia, I don't mean to cut you, you know how me and Sonia met?
No.
I did my first master class and Sonia served me.
Word?
She served me. She actually, we had students flying. It was like, I had like 50 people at the foundation.
Yeah.
It was the foundation Neil spot. And Neil was like, yo, I'm gonna get you, Sonia, I want you to serve Nick. And then, so she served, and this was before she was the student loan doctor. Mm-hmm. She served, and that's how she and we stayed connected. And a couple years later, she on CNN, and like, she like, boom. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my sister. Shout out to Sonia Lewis.
Yeah, I love Sonia. So get back to that. So you've been doing, so you said about 13 years, that's when it really started transitioning. But my question to you, and I want you to just give some game real quick, because I know a handful of girls right now that do eyebrows, lashes, and all that stuff.
They know me.
So my question, like, what's some tips or some advice you would say to them right now? Like, yo, what you're doing right now, you can elevate it. Because I know some girls that's just, making a couple dollars. And it's funny because the people I do know, I'm like, yo, I think you could. I don't know the business, I don't know the industry, but I'm like, this is a need base. Like, yes. I don't know anybody. The one thing I say about women, they're going to make sure that the hair is done, the lashes is done, the eyebrows is done, no matter what else. That's need based. So but some women that are doing eyebrows or lashes and just beauty in general, they're not. I feel like they're not maximizing on how much income they could be bringing. So what's some advice you give?
So when I realized what happened with me was I went viral on Instagram.
Okay.
And so all of the brands started sending me stuff to promote.
Okay.
And so I started doing it. In particular, one brand, they wanted Tweezer Man. I can just say who it is. They said, we want to collab with you. Mm-hmm. And when I thought about it, they asked me my opinion on what type of tweezers, all that stuff. And I eventually didn't do the deal. They still came out with the tweezers with my creation. So I then said, you know what? I'm not going to use any other brand. I'm gonna start creating my own. And so happens one of my clients, she actually was the R&D research and development for Chanel. And so and I asked her, I was like, I need a manufacturer. So what I started doing was creating products. So my whole thing for my industry and doing eyebrows is to create a solution that rehabilitates brows. Okay. So if someone is in the industry, you want to have, so for instance, my products are my real estate.
Yeah.
They're my real estate at a low cost. Mm-hmm. And so every month we have just our pencil alone, we have about 300-400 people every month just buying this pencil. And so
that's dope.
Yeah. So I think that if they want to,
that's like the pencil make it darker.
Yeah, stuff. You can. So we have 30. So I can say I have like 38 real estate properties. We have 30, shit. But we have 37 of them. And we have, what do we have? We have 62 salons that retail our products. And then we have 33 salons that are on retainer because we have our professional products and we have consumer products. Mm-hmm. So I think that if someone is trying to scale the business, my money is not made behind the chair. Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
No, you good, man.
I turn this goddamn phone. Bitch, why are you calling me? Why not?
And you got the old school ringtone.
Oh shit. Where was I?
Get from behind the chair.
So I'm still behind the chair, but my money, the bulk of my money is not, well, my money is really not in the salon. I don't have to be in the salon. We do extremely well online, as well as, again, we have all these salons and we have these professionals that are on retainer. So if they want to 10x their business, it's not behind the chair. Now you have to perfect what you do behind the chair. Mm-hmm. You have to perfect it. You have to make sure that you're in the marketplace. You got to be in the marketplace. Everyone is talking about, what is it? Word of mouth is the best type of, well, here's the thing. I call it like fishing. That's fishing with a fishing rod. I fish with a fishing net. I throw my business and myself in the marketplace, because what happens is once I throw out my solution in the marketplace with a net, I'm going to get way more fish than going from one person to the next person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so once they are compelled and they come in because I caught them, they're already qualified. They're already coming to the salon. They're coming to not only get the service, but to buy products as well. Because when I'm throwing it out there in the marketplace, I'm showing everything that I'm using, which is Nicck Townsend.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Sidebar, would you ever white label some of your products?
I thought about it.
Because somebody on here was like, look, listen, I just want to, you already got something going on. Can I just buy your stuff at wholesale?
We are working to white label the pencils, because, so I'll say this, there are two countries that manufacture pencils. Of course, there's China and there's Italy. So you can definitely do that. And where my pencils are made, they're made with all, like Anastasia, Estee Lauder, all of the big names. We're all in the same manufacturer, but my formula is proprietary. So just like theirs. So you can definitely do it. But at the same time, I think that if you're going to have a product, you have to know how to sell. If you're not effectively selling someone else's product, no one's going to buy your product because you don't know how to sell it. Does that make sense?
No, that makes 100% sense. I feel like everybody went through that at one point. I know for me, where we got this great idea, this, that, and that, and it doesn't. Neo says it. He said we move around like we got the Beyonce effect. Like we just gonna drop something that's gonna be sold out by the morning. Like we don't have the Beyonce effect. I don't think nobody else besides her has that effect. No. So we, just because we come out with a great product or a great service, it's just gonna just go. What marketing tactics that could be good for just any business, any industry? What marketing tactics that you utilize that you think like really helped out a lot?
I don't know if it works anymore, but what I used to do is I changed the name of my phone. I changed it to the Brow King. And what I used to do is I used to go down, because a lot of my clients are wives of Eagles players. And so I would actually go to the stadium. And this was a couple years ago. I don't think you can do it anymore. I used to find one of my most viral videos and I would turn on air. I would
shit.
share it, and I would airdrop it to whoever's iPhone was open. Boop, 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 boop. One or two things are going to happen. Either they're going to reject it or they're going to accept it. So I named my phone, as opposed to it being Nicck Townsend, it will be the Brow King.
That's smart.
Yeah. And then I would do that at churches. I would do that when I would go to Neiman's, and people would see it. And that's one of the things that I used to do, because I mean, of course, some people are afraid to approach people. I'm not afraid, but that was an easy tactic for me. And on social media, the way that I went viral, there was a woman by the name of Huda Beauty, and I DM'd her. She had the biggest following. I said, listen, I think that this video of me doing someone's brows is absolutely amazing. I think your audience will love it.
Mm-hmm.
I sent it to her. 2 days later, I didn't know what was going on. All I know is that my followers went from 4,000 to 15,000 in a matter of 45 minutes. And I said, what the fuck is going on? And then, oh, you got reposted here. And then you got reposted here. You got reposted. So I asked people. I'm the best. I'm amazing at what I do. So I think that you have to, and even I'll say this, on your page, and you're giving people the opportunity for your service.
Mm-hmm.
No one really cares about your son. Nobody cares about your daughter. They're funny looking anyway. Nobody cares about, I'm joking, y'all. No one cares about what your house is.
Uh-huh.
They want to see the work. I don't show my personal life. I show my personal life maybe in my stories. There may be my dog. You're not going to see my house. You're not going to see what kind of car I have, because I don't want nobody trying me, because I'm going to shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, but I think that keeping yourself in the marketplace, posting and talking about your product, that's all I talk about, is our services and our products.
I respect that. And I think that's 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's 100% true. Now, do you believe in blending a little bit of personal life, or just keep it?
I do. I blend. So the blend of personal is...
Personal life, like, hey, like for me, I might blend like restaurant food. Like I
do that all the time.
I'm a food guy. I like, hey, this is where we at. This is where we eat. Maybe a vacation or something. But hey, this is what I like to do.
Yeah, I'll put in the food where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows I love Rouge, so I'm there quite often. So that's all. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I'll show food. I'll show my dog Orchid. As of recently, I've talked about, which humanized me a lot. We talked about my mom. My mom is dealing with this. It looks like dementia, but it's not dementia. She has an overactive thyroid, and then I found out that she is a minor, major, reoccurrent depressant. She didn't tell us that, you know. And so when you have that and they're not taking their medication, it mimics dementia. So I'm talking to Black women about, if you have thyroid issues, you got to go to an endocrinologist and get a full panel and check. So that humanizes me. So now I need to go to an endocrinologist, because I do have thyroid issues. I don't want them to misdiagnose me as having dementia. So I share that portion. Now, is my family pissed off about it? Absolutely. I don't care. They can't beat me. So, I mean, I'm the youngest. They can't. I'm off. I'm really a street boy. They know that I'm
Baltimore,
crazy,
like,
real
shit.
bad. So
Baltimore to Philly is, you got both.
Yeah, I'm stupid. So that's why my family don't fuck with me, because I have a temper. So y'all seeing Nicholas, y'all, you're not getting Nicck Townsend, the professional. Y'all getting Nicholas. But yeah, I think I mix that portion, and they respect me. Now, me going shopping, I do that too much. You're not gonna see no bags. I don't show no. I've been told to do that, but they see little stuff in every video. You see my nails, you see the jewelry, you know, so you can assume, you know.
I asked this question on Instagram, and I want your opinion. Do you think that you have to show luxuries in order to like increase and boost your business? Because I'm not big on that, like just showing a whole bunch of, you know, stuff and money and stuff like that. But then I know people that do that, and they say it works really well for them.
It does.
And then other people, then I hear feedback from maybe consumers, and they'll say like, I want to see your stuff. I don't want to see you flashing. But I feel like it's 50-50.
It is 50-50. And they can see it and you not say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So again, if you look at any of the videos, you'll see me doing brows or something like that. You'll see what piece of jewelry I have on.
Yeah.
That's the luxury, you know? So
and when you know.
Right. When you look at the salon, there's chandeliers everywhere. So if there's chandeliers everywhere, that means it's elevated.
Yeah.
To the point where women feel like they have to get dressed up.
Yeah.
That's Troy, right?
Yeah.
I know who the fuck you are. Yeah. You late. Why you late? You feed me?
You got it.
Oh, so you really you don't have no food for your gas?
No. Wait.
First you was late.
No.
Your bitch ass was late. And then the motherfucker don't got no motherfucking food.
No.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right. I'm good.
So look.
You didn't do your research? Do you know that I have a 5-minute grace period for my salon? If my clients are more than 5 minutes late, they lose their appointment, and you got to pay me in full.
Yo, I'm not mad at that. Yo, I was so pissed off. I was so mad because usually I get here a half hour before.
But you weren't.
Yeah, I was so if I called a guy at the place, he would tell you like this dude was snapping.
I have nothing to do with that.
I know.
You messed up our commitment here.
You're right. I like this guy, man. I like this guy. I like
this guy. That. Don't put that in there because they're gonna really think I'm mean.
But no, dang, I lost what the heck I was about to.
It's okay.
Damn, yo, you funny, man. But yeah, back to like in reference to like the marketing and things. Let me ask you: at what do you still like strongly promote the business as if it's from day one? Because I feel like a lot of people, they just start, oh, I got word of mouth, where I got people on retainer, I got these type of things. Do you still like promote like as if it was day one?
I do. I have 254,000 followers, 254,000 people that wait to see what I'm doing. And I don't think
put it in the glass on the top. Man.
I still want more because here's the thing, like there are that's 254,000. There are a million, billion, trillions of people that still don't know who I am. I want more. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, we serve, and I don't know who you serve, but we serve an unlimited God. So if that means we serve an unlimited God, why should we be limited?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No,
that's why I keep telling you get that car. You
You're
got
right.
the money.
You're right. So
get the car. You got the money.
You can go right back.
You don't even look at it. Do you actually pay the note? Oh, thank you so much, sir. Do you actually look at your note?
It's on auto pay.
So you don't know it. So you don't miss it.
That's because I don't want any issues in
everything's auto pay.
Yeah.
Everything's auto pay.
So what I do is mortgages and car notes and things like that, I put on auto pay. I don't even want no issues like that.
Absolutely.
I don't want no issues on that. Other little things, I'll go ahead and you'll get there. But car notes and mortgages, put that crap on auto pay. I don't want no problem.
I want to keep an 830 credit score.
Yeah, I don't want no. I'm at the 830, like 760 or something like that. 830. I like that. That. So, shoot. Since you brought that up,
okay.
Have you always had 830? Obviously not.
No.
Obviously not.
No. So I'll tell you, this is why it's so important to tell people who you are. I'll never forget, we were going to Dobson Mills. This was 12, 13 years ago. And I went in there, and my credit score was a 550.
Okay.
And I went in there, and I was talking to the manager. She said, well, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I do eyebrows. She said, oh, what would you do for my eyebrows? I went right in the car and got my kabuki because I kept it in the car.
Kabuki.
So a kabuki is like a makeup storage unit.
Okay.
And I said, oh, this is what I would do. She said, well, can you do my brows? No, she said, can you do my, because I'm also a makeup artist. Well, at the time I was. She said, well, can you do my 50th birthday? I said, sure. I'll do it for free as long as you get me in here. And at this rate.
Yeah.
I said, at this rate.
Yeah.
The rate was higher. And I actually got her to lower it about $400.
Damn.
And it never moved, and we stayed there for 9 years.
Oh, that's dope.
But had I not told her who I was and what I did, I said at the time I was like, I won Best of Philly for brows and makeup in 2000 and I think it was 2008 and 2013. She was like, oh really? I said, yeah. And we went straight in.
I think it's a deeper message with that too. And I want people to understand, like, I tell people all the time, I had made this video on Instagram and I said, yo, I love credit. Like credit helps with a lot of things, but also fuck the credit at the same time. A lot of people, if you have good credit, work on having good credit. And when you have good credit, utilize that. But sometimes people, when they don't have good credit, they feel like life just got to pause until one day it just gets better. I have made a lot of money, bought a lot of houses, done a lot of stuff with bad credit. And I've made a lot of money and done a lot of, bought a lot of houses with good credit. Either way, the stuff got done. Same way, like it still happened. I think people just had to learn how to get creative when they're not in the best situation. Like for example, in real estate, it was times where I just had to bring a partner in that had good credit, and I might have had to give up some of the profits, but I'd rather have something than nothing. You get what I mean? You had to barter, you had to put different things together. Might have to get creative, maybe getting into a loan that has a higher interest rate just so I can get my foot in the door, but then I don't have to do that. Once my credit is, I don't have to do that again. So I think there's a deeper message in that, just not taking no for answer. Like, how can we make this happen? Like, what can we do? My other question, did credit help or funding or anything help with the business, or you just muscled it up?
So no. So when I opened the salon, I was not cocky, I was real prideful. I put $15,000 into the salon, my 280 square. So it was a badge of honor for me. But most of the people they tell us you're not going to make your money back until 2 years. I made my money back in 62 days.
Damn.
And so that was just my thing. It wasn't until later on, like in 2018, 19, when I started creating products. During that time, I started getting my credit together. And then, I didn't even have an LLC until 3 years in the salon.
Oh, shit. Right.
And so then I started building my business credit and all of that stuff and my credit and all that stuff. So then I started getting funding because so I have a brow and lash dye, a dye for brows and lashes. And I'm the first Black company in the U.S. to have one.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm the first. And
make that clear.
Make that very clear. And then it cost me close to $200,000 to start that.
I wasn't from the research development
and R&D, all that stuff. And so I didn't have that money, availed to me. And so but I was building my business credit. So I had my American Express and I actually paid it. I made that money back in 8 months.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so the funding came later on. Now I done met I can't even think of that boy. That Legacy. What is his name? Yeah.
That's my guy.
I can't think of his name right now. And Steve. No, Steve actually came and spoke at my masterclass along with Sonia. And so now I know a lot more about funding, and I try to bridge the gap with those who do funding for those estheticians and cosmetologists who don't know nothing about it. Yeah.
Hindsight 2020. Do you wish you had got funding earlier?
Absolutely.
I think that would have 10x things or just made it happen a little faster?
Absolutely. Because I was supposed to open the salon in March. In May. I didn't open the salon until July.
Oh,
because I was being cheap. I wanted a certain chandelier, but I didn't want to pay $3,000 for it.
Shit, yeah. I understand that. So my question is for people that's on here thinking about getting into the beauty industry, or specifically lashes, eyebrows, and things like that. What is because I don't even know. What is the price? What does the price point look like on that? Like, or somebody that's on here that's watching and they might be charging too less. Or too cheap.
It goes into
regular price. No, I don't say regular price. Let me take that back. Take it back. Mediocre prices and Nick, we rehabilitating prices.
So
if you even want to put that out there.
Okay, so it's about cost per service. How much does it cost you to do the service?
Okay.
So I'm not interested in how much she charges or he charges across the street. It's how much does it cost you to do the service? That includes your lights, how many days
a week. They don't think about that.
They don't think about that. So how much does it cost? So if you buy 1 can of wax and that wax could cost you $30, but then you're paying $10 for shipping, and you only can get, let's say, 25 waxes out of 25 brow shapings or waxes out of this can, but you're charging $20. You don't know your cost per service because it may cost you $8 just to do the service.
Yeah.
So it's knowing your numbers. For me, because I create everything, for me personally, it only costs me $1.76 to do the service.
Okay.
But we charge premium prices for the simple reason I'm Nicck Townsend.
Yeah.
And period. But the skill of work. So I think you have to know your cost per service first, and what is your skill level. Your skill, client retention will tell you what your skill level is.
For a fact.
Client retention will tell you what your skill level is. If you are not retaining clients, if they're coming for their birthday, and they're not coming back for every 4 to 6 weeks, or they're not getting on your calendar, I think that you need to have a class. I think that you need to sharpen your skills.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I think a lot of people think that they got their first 1 or 2 or even 10 clients, that they're good money, but then look back, like you said, are they even coming back? Or are they even getting on the calendar before they walk out the door? That
part. And here's the thing, you always have to remain in a posture of learning. So although I'm the brow king, that will never change, because that's what they've coined me. I don't do brows like I did brows.
Hey, so I know you're enjoying the episode so far, and you're probably hearing some of the plays, but you might be like, my credit isn't there. I don't have the best credit. I may not be able to run some of the plays they're saying. So what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity for free credit repair. I said it, 100% free credit repair. I'm going to drop the website below where you can go ahead and get your credit repaired for free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software, so that way you can pull your reports and this will be fixed for free. All you have to do is go to nochargecreditrepair.com. It is 100% free. All you have to do is have the credit monitoring software, so you can actually pull the report and actually see what the score is on all 3 bureaus. And then this system is going to fix your credit for free. So again, nochargecreditrepair.com, and you guys can get access to that. Look, there is no reason why you can't win. This is the link for you to get your credit repair. You're watching a podcast episode where it's showing you how to make money, how to get funded. There's no reason why you can't win. So go ahead and click the link, pause this episode, go ahead and sign up, and then get back to the episode and keep learning, keep winning, keep growing. Let's get it.
That's 20 years ago. I don't do brows the way I did 3 years ago. I just started adding stuff while I was doing someone's brows. I started adding the red light therapy. I started adding the Treselex brow restoration serum, which restores brows. You need that if your brows are thinning and sparse. It transforms your brows into visibly thicker and fuller and healthier eyebrows. 85% of our customers have seen their brows visibly thicker and fuller and within 15 days of consistent use. But moving forward,
make sure we clip that part and get it just them.
But yeah, you have to be able to make sure that you're doing something transformational.
So that's good. So that's good. So my question is, I lost my train of thought that fast.
That's all right.
That was some game though. So oh man, I hate when that happens.
That's cool.
Oh fuck, I was about to say something important. Nonetheless, next question I have. So you made good money, or a lot of money. How some people don't like you say it like that, but been in business 20 years, do a lot of things. So I'm big on investing back into yourself, but also I'm big on like you need to have some fun, enjoy your money. Like what's some things that you've done? Like for example, me, I like traveling and I like eating. I'll eat every single day. I don't mind spending money on food, everything. That's not a problem for me. But what's some of the things that you enjoy, outside of just reinvesting in the business?
Well, I don't cook. So my refrigerator looks like the refrigerator right there. Where it has nothing in it. No, I don't cook, so I eat out every night.
Okay.
And they say that's unhealthy. That's fine. This is what I choose.
Depending on what you eating cheesesteaks every day in a year. But...
No, I eat pretty. I try to eat as healthy. I travel a lot, and when I travel. So I love London. I love Paris. When I vacation. So like when we go to London, I like to stay at the Four Seasons in Hyde Park. If you know, you know. I like to travel a lot. I love buying jewelry, and I actually enjoy spoiling. Well, I used to enjoy spoiling my family. So used to.
Why you?
Well, I'll say this.
You about to piss somebody off.
No, it's okay. I really could care less. When you discover that people, in particular family, is only interested in what is attached to you. And so my name is Nicholas. I'll put it this way. I am Santa Claus to everyone, Saint Nicholas to everybody.
Okay.
And so, like, for instance, on Christmas, I came with gifts. I didn't realize that when I left, I didn't have one gift. They would never consider me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stopped doing that. And so with that, but I enjoy, I get a facial every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I shop a lot. What I really enjoy right now is I like to get everything custom made.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah. So I have in the past 5 months, I have 21 custom made suits.
I'm not mad at that.
So I enjoy that. Every time I think of something, I talk to the tailor.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it at all. So where I'm at right now is a lot of the clothes that I have, like, you wash for a lot of stuff, go to the cleaner. The cleaners know me.
Yeah.
The cleaners know, it's just a cleaner. It's like a different feel when it comes from out the cleaner. So
yeah.
You see my closet is nothing but them cleaner
yeah.
hangers.
The wire hangers with the green little thing. Yeah.
They know me in there. So like I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not. I got I went to
and I'll say this too, because I don't like throwing this, because this is another portion of my business. Well, another portion. I do invest. I'm originally from Baltimore, so we do have quite a few properties in Baltimore. I never tell anybody that. So you're the first.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, because I don't like people in my business,
mm-hmm.
but I don't mind, because listen, them dollar houses. But moving forward,
yep. We gotta come
them
back.
Dollar houses.
We gotta come back.
That's something altogether different.
Yeah, we got.
That's why I hang around. We were at Lex's party. Yeah. They were talking about that, and I was just saying, y'all didn't know.
I sold some houses in Baltimore.
You did
to the people that was at the party.
I didn't know that.
I was wholesaling there in Baltimore.
Yes.
I was wholesaling that. Quick story. One of my mentees I taught how to wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing wholesaling deals in Baltimore, so I drove down there just to support him at his closing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, wait a minute. So he made $13,000 on this deal, but the house was like 20, and I'm like, why ain't just keep that? Like, so I'm sitting there thinking, I said, yo, so what's going on down here? And he was telling me, so we was going to turn right back around and drive back home. I ended up staying down there for the day, just checking things. I'm like, oh, it's wide open down here.
Real wide
open.
Then
that's when I started wholesaling deals. I stopped, but that's when I started wholesaling deals. I remember it was like yesterday. I wholesaled this deal. I got under contract for $10,000. Hindsight 2020, I probably should have bought it, but it was $10,000, and I sold it. They did what they did with that, but I was like, damn. But it's funny. That's how it started for me.
Well, I'll say this. Like right now, I'm in transition. I'm staying at one of my properties.
Okay.
I paid $15,000 for my property.
Oh shit.
At the sheriff's sale, when the sheriff's sale was a sheriff's sale.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Yeah.
Now I'll put it to you this way: they're about 19 within 2 blocks. There are about 19 new constructions. My house is RM1 zoning. They're not doing it anymore in that zip code.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got it appraised, I'm gonna be real bad and tell you this. I put 125 in it. It was appraised to 560.
Damn.
I have no mortgage.
Damn.
So I'm sitting in there for a little bit.
I ain't mad. That's real ownership.
But it looks like it looks like a palace. Restoration hardware for chandeliers in every room.
That's ownership right there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Until I find me that brownstone I want. If you find one, let me know.
In New York or brownstone?
No, here, like in Fiddler Square, or
that'd be a good.
Or in somewhere near Fairmount.
Yeah.
But I
like Fairmount.
I want something raggedy so that I can put my
Yeah, I'll check around.
Please do.
I'll check. No, for sure.
Give it to me, at a really, really good price where you're not making a lot of money, maybe $50.
I'll just pass. I don't even want no points.
Yeah, just give it. Thank you so much.
$50.
Nick, do you know who I am? You let me. You know any females? You're like, no, don't put that away.
Yo, but all jokes aside, I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I feel like this conversation is deeper than just browse and even when they're talking about the real estate, but the thing that got to me the most in this conversation was being clear.
Being very clear.
And what I realized about you as having I already realized this, but really as this conversation going, like you're really clear, like, yo, I'm not trying to throw all this stuff in your face, but I understand who I am. And then I'll throw it out there a little bit, but I'm not trying to but I want you to understand who I am. And like how you said, I don't wear a whole bunch of big jewelry, but subtle things. Like I'm subtly letting you know, like I'm the shit.
Real bad.
I'm clear with that.
Real
but
bad.
I respect that. I respect that 100%. I feel like that's what a lot of people need to do more, especially even myself. And I want to say personally, I appreciate you for just showing that in this conversation, because that helped me out a lot. I'm pretty sure it helped other people, but this conversation helped me out a lot.
No, I appreciate you for having me. First of all, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity on your platform. You're doing a real good job. Really good job. And I like that you're letting people see your personality, because you are funny. You funny as shit.
You said that.
You funny as shit. And I like that you're letting people see your personality, because again, it goes back to, it humanizes you because people put you on this pedestal. So I appreciate you allowing me to be on your platform. I appreciate you all, the followers, listening to this podcast. You got a lot of amazing episodes with a lot of amazing people. And I think I'm very clear that if you are consistent, it'll be much bigger than what you could ever dream or imagine.
That's the goal. We just having this conversation earlier today. Thank you so much. Truly. Before we close up, I want you to share your Instagram and whatever. I don't know if you still do master classes. Like, I know you said that with Sonia, and that was a little while ago. So a couple things. Share your Instagram, whatever, like masterclass, whatever you have, in whatever products you have, a website, where the student, I don't know if people can get on the calendar, but whatever you have, share it all. I want everybody to, flood the store, flood the website, flood whatever it is.
So I am Nicck Townsend Salon on Instagram and on Twitter. That is Nicck. There's 2 C's in the K. I was special. Townsend Salon, TOWNSEND Salon. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter. Is it Twitter? No, TikTok. I'm sorry.
It's X now.
X. Well, I'm on X too. No, don't go there. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. We have a lot of products on there. We are known. Our newest product is Treselex Brow Restoration Serum. It is a solution that transforms those thin brows into full, healthy, and symmetrical ones. Transformative. And because of this podcast, anyone that goes to the website can use Boone. It's BOONE.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
you're the first one to do that.
Right. We can use the coupon code Boone, and you'll get 25% infinitely. So
this guy's smart.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to do that. So, but we are at the salon, www.nicktownsend.com. That's NICCKTOWNSEND.com. If you cannot get me, you have Vera. We have quite a few estheticians that are trained by me. 9 times out of 10, I am there all of the time, majority of the time. So that's where we are. I
respect that you still around. Not around as like you can just get me, but around like, I still have my pulse on the business. I've seen people, and we're gonna close this up because this is about to go another 2 hours. Yeah. But I've seen people that just like one of my friends, right? They took their pulse off the business, and it was like, yo, they lived in Philly. It was like, man, this thing is running, and they left and moved to Atlanta. They ended up having to come back because it just went down. I'm talking about immediately downhill. They was like, I gotta come back. Like I might have been clear who I was, but I wasn't. I thought I was clearer than what I really was. They left, and the thing just started going down.
Because they were popular.
Yeah,
there wasn't. You have to. That business has to run. Even if you're not there, they have to think that you're there.
I just was talking about that in far.
I never tell anyone when I'm not there. When I'm on vacation, vacation pictures you will see after I get back. I never, unless it's in a family emergency, that's when I may cancel on a client. But it's still fresh. It's still a baby. I've seen it, and I know I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I've seen my friends who are in the cosmetic industry have made $10 million, $15 million, and they just throw it in the towel. Oh, I'm good. Okay, but you bought this $5 million house cash.
Shit.
and you going through money. Will you have this in 5 years? Because $1 million isn't a lot of money, especially if you've made it.
No.
And I don't say that to be.
It's a lot of money and not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money.
Yeah. To someone that never like nothing. That's but
you're see that's.
I think time attached to it. $1 million. So money is only valuable based on the time attached to it. You make $1 million in a year, okay. You make $1 million in 10 years, that's nothing. You make $1 million in a month, you make $1 million in a week, different conversation. So it's different conversation. Same dollar, is just the time attached to it.
But you want to make it quicker.
Yeah, you want to make it quicker.
Nobody got time for no 10 years. I'd rather do it in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, if really, I know people that can do it in a day, especially with what's this coming up? Black Friday?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is for you know, people in the beauty industry. A lot of people always say that I want to make double my money. Or let's say they make $100,000 a year, they want to make $200,000 a year. The way to do that is figure out how to do $100,000 in 6 months.
That's right.
By default, you're doubling your money. Don't try to make more money that year. Just try to figure out how to make the dollar amount you make. So let's say if you're doing $10,000 a month in the beauty industry, right? And which I don't know how much you charge, but based on some like 150 to whatever they charge for eyebrows, like I'm like, yo, you can really run this up if you stop bullshitting. Like
if they stop, but see, here's the thing. So my salon we see about 44 people a day. So when all the girls are there, when all of us are there, 44 people a day, each at least, and with our numbers, 80% of our revenue comes from our product sales. Now I said we see 42 people. That's something altogether different. Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm if clear. That's the thing with so many practitioners, hairstylists and estheticians and people in the service industry, no one is selling anything.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is when they come in, they want to buy.
Yeah.
So if you're not selling anything, that's the one thing if you're not, that doesn't mean you have to sell your own brand, because you can sell a reputable brand that people will buy, and you can still, you can almost make more in your sales. So for that 30 minutes, that young lady that's spending $100 with me, 9 times out of 10, she's going to buy the skincare. She's going to buy everything that I'm showing within that 30 minutes, that 26 minutes rather. So, she's already sold.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially because you're the expert. They're looking to
listen. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I didn't solicit them. They were compelled.
That's some game. Hope y'all listening to this. This is some serious. I know when I go certain places, like, hey, like I went and got a facial. She said you should get. I just add it to the bill.
Absolutely.
Just add it to the bill. I don't just add it to the bill. You suggested just add it to the bill.
Absolutely.
Now I realized that I'm looking at the receipt. I'm like, damn, I ain't realized I spent this much, but I'm not mad at it either because you're suggesting something that you said it goes good with this, that, and that. Like I got a skin pen not too long ago, and she said get this and add this and some other stuff. I'm like, I'm looking at the receipt like, damn, this shit got high. But
well, speaking of which, I do have a gift for you.
Oh, appreciate that.
This is our new skincare. It's called the One Skincare, and so it radically transforms skin. These are just like travel size. I want you to definitely try it. We are coming out with something for men of color that are dealing with folliculitis, the razor bumps and all of that stuff. That won't come out until probably Father's Day. So I do have something, and I have something for you to give some nice young lady, maybe mom or something like that, because I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble. No, praise the Lord. Don't open that right here.
All right. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Thank you. So,
mind you should always come to someone's home or someone's studio with a gift.
I want to say you're probably like the smartest person that came on this like had a cold, like this was prepared.
Oh, absolutely.
I like that.
You have to be prepared.
I love that. Yo, this is legit. So, thank you again for coming on the episode, having this conversation, but more so allowing this conversation to be recorded and shared. I know this would change a lot of lives. You gave me some game, financial game, but also game of just internal game. And hopefully individuals that watch this actually, take heed to that and not only change their income, but also change themselves as well. Because I think that was my highlight of the conversation, honestly. So thank you again so much, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.